Hello and welcome to today's Dwell Time discussion. My name is April and I'm the Associate Publisher of CleanLink. Today I have Patty Olinger, Senior Advisor for SteraMist Disinfection with me. She's going to be talking about SteraMist disinfection technology and how it can help in the cleaning of your own facility. Patty, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me, April.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure, I'll try and condense it here a little bit. I have folks will say, are you ADD or ADHD? Because I've been all over the place in some respects. But what it has provided me, my career has provided me with just the ability to see different facilities, different applications, and especially in that infection prevention or contamination or biosafety world and biosecurity. And I have a passion for public health preparedness. And so this last pandemic and being not if, but when the next one will come, being ready for that, scalable response has been just a passion for me. So my background started in pharma. I've worked for big pharma for 20 years, and then I flipped. I went into academia and healthcare, and I was at Emory University as an assistant vice president in research administration. My team provided support not only in the academic side of things, but also in the healthcare side of things when we're looking at environmental or radiation safety, or even we were part of Team Ebola at Emory when we had the 4 Ebola patients that came here to the United States in 2014. I'm also the convener for ISO, for the development of international standards on virus management in laboratories and other related facilities. In 2019, which is kind of critical. I mean, think about the timing here. In 2019, I flipped again, and I was convinced to go into the cleaning industry and ISSA for the, largest trade show association for the cleaning industry. And at that point in time, we, started. John Barrett brought in a little group that we had several of us had started called GBAC, the Global Biorisk Advisory Council, and I was the executive director. When 2020 came, we all know what happened. And with the COVID pandemic, we ended up developing, and I wrote and we implemented the GBAC STAR facility accreditation. And through that experience, I was able to work with, what my passion was, that frontline worker, which to me, we have not done a very good job of preparing the front line for, it doesn't matter if it's a flu outbreak, RSV, measles, which we're seeing right now, and COVID-19, or whatever next that pathogen X might be that comes our way. So this to me is very exciting.
Yeah, well, it's a very impressive background. Let's jump into talking about SteraMist. As an established technology in the life sciences and healthcare market, what brings you to the commercial space?
So I met Dr. Shane actually it was in 2014 during the Ebola outbreak at a Paul Allen Foundation meeting where SteraMist was a USAID Ebola Innovation winner. And of course, that was near and dear to my heart at that point in time. And they were a novel technology. And, there really are very few technologies out there that you can say you take a solution and an equipment, it's EPA registered, and, it provides that, 6-log kill, all the things that we can go out to the website and look at. It provides that amazing technology that they, obtained from DARPA, and, it works. And so the thing for me, why I came here, is that it was a technology that I believed in. And they have been heavily focused in that life sciences, where was my, my actually background in life sciences and laboratories and healthcare. But I saw the application that could be in so many other applications, food safety, daycares. And part of that is that when you take this technology, this hydrogen peroxide, and, I think what some people start, you start getting into the science part and people kind of get scared a little bit because you're talking about, radicals and all the chemistry. But it's taking a molecule of hydrogen peroxide, which is hydrogen and oxygen, H2O2. And if we all know what water is, H2O. But it takes it and it takes it through their patented technology, which is called a plasma arc. And it kind of breaks that up and it creates these free radicals, basically, these hydroxyl radicals that are so potent when it comes to, basically eradicating bacteria almost on contact. I mean, that, you talk about dwell time. There really isn't a dwell time here. It really just attacks these bacteria, fungus, spores, and viruses, and it eliminates them. And the other beauty part of it is there's no residual. I mean, we were able to utilize this equipment in very sensitive situations, obviously healthcare, planes, trains, and automobiles, and utilize it without the fear of it damaging this equipment and also doing what we needed it to do. And I think of also that frontline worker when we start looking at food safety and outside, daycare, schools, it has that ability to do what we're asking in today's world, sanitization, disinfection without residual. So it has all the bells and whistles that I've been looking for in a product.
Sure. So are you an electrostatic sprayer?
No, it's really kind of funny because it is not. So, the electrostatic sprayers, the one thing that while I was with GBAC, we looked at a lot of electrostatic sprayers, a lot of different technologies that were out there. And, that takes the liquid, it provides, breaks it up into particles. They're about a 40 micron size particle. Sometimes they're a little smaller, but sometimes they're a little bigger, depending upon the sprayer itself. Has that charge on that. But what Tomy is it is not an electrostatic sprayer. It, again, goes through the plasma arc, breaks it up, and it actually acts as a gas. And so it's totally different in that respect. Now, to the layperson, it's like, well, yeah, but aren't they all kind of, fogs and gases and mists and stuff? When you get into that technical aspect, that gas reacts, not reacts, but it acts differently. And so it gets into everything, even more so than an electrostatic sprayer. And so when it matters, I used to joke around with my team, when it matters, you grab the Tomy. And so when you are in a critical situation or you really want to ensure that something is going to work, you look for something that has those properties. And that's one of the things that Tomy has.
So I'm sure people are wondering, is this technology easy to use?
Oh, absolutely. And, to be honest, it's even gotten better since when I had it. When I had it, they had the surface unit and the environmental unit. And you'd look at it and almost be a little intimidated at first. But when you started realizing how easy it was to use, it was completely different. Now they have the battery backpack. And when I saw that the first time, I was like, oh, yeah, I was celebrating. I was so excited because what a lot of people, especially in some of these bigger facilities like a stadium, an arena, they cannot deal with what they call cord management. And especially in today's world, when you have a lot of, workforce issues, cord management in let's say a big stadium like United Center or, the Miami Dolphins, you name it, you have to have all the people handling the cords as well as somebody handling the sprayer. Well, with the new backpack sprayer, you don't need that. You can go in and handle it without any of those issues.
Very interesting. Do you have any further information you'd like to share about the technology or the ease of use?
Absolutely. I think that one of the things that what I'm finding or what I would just really want to tell with folks is that number one, it is completely compatible with a lot of different surfaces and equipment. It's very fast compared to competition. It has a 6-log reduction, and also the contact time is virtually, when you look at the EPA label, you're not worried about how long do I have to let it dwell? Do I have to get it this wet? Because of the nature of the gas form that comes out. There's no wiping and no residual. It's got the organic, all the certifications for that. And so the application is not just in life sciences and high containment laboratories and healthcare, which it is superior and does wonderful. It is also applicable in other locations and other situations that really, for me, it's that day-to-day life, whether it's in assisted care, whether it's in daycares or schools, food safety, which is something that I think, we're going to be seeing and hearing a lot more of as time goes on.
Sure. Patty, thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions for Patty about SteraMist technology, you can email info@tomimist.com. Thank you again.
Thank you.